Hey everybody, welcome back to Sportsline Rising Stars. John Eads with you. Be sure to like and subscribe. If you missed our episode last week, we had Caleb Joseph in, a running back from Bel Air High School. We've kind of been on a run of running backs lately, kind of like the NFL draft. This is our third straight running back into the studio. We also had a running back from Walker, Caden Jones. So if you missed that interview, that's also on our YouTube page. Today, we've got Alfred McKnight from Madison Prep. He's the first Charger to pop onto the show. Nice to see you, Alfred. Thanks for stopping in, brother. I know we've been seeing each other a lot this summer at practices and 7-on-7s and stuff, so it's nice to bring in and get to know you a little bit better. So Alfred here is a rising senior at Madison Prep. As I said, plays running back, very dynamic, kind of has waited his turn a little bit to be the feature piece in the run game, and he'll get that opportunity this year. I understand you guys have a team camp coming up. Is it Sunday this week, pretty soon? You excited for that?
Yes, sir. Team bonding with the team, make us get close.
It's kind of like a Hard Knocks camp, you guys are labeling it, kind of thing.
Sir.
So what can you expect? What's kind of the itinerary of that?
We're going to be competing every day, getting ready for college, basically. So they basically preparing us for college, Coach.
I like it. And you guys are going kind of out of town a little bit?
Yes, sir.
To a retreat center kind of thing?
Yes, sir.
And maybe in the wilderness a little bit, out of the way of the city and stuff?
Yes, sir.
You ever done that kind of a thing before? Or?
No, sir. It's my first time.
Okay, so you excited or are you scared? What do you think?
I'm kind of nervous. They might take my phone. I'm kind of nervous.
Well, like we were talking about a minute ago, it'd be nice to get away from the phone for a minute. I know it's tough these days because you want to go on Twitter, you want to go on Instagram and catch up with the latest news, but it's a big season coming up for you.
Yes,
so you got to get right mentally, and it's not going to hurt, to get closer to your teammates. It does seem like you guys are already really close, though. You guys are always joking with each other. Of course, you're making great plays together. You kind of feel like the team is bonded together pretty well?
Yes, sir. We're getting real close. The coaches keep us around each other so we can have that team bond. So when hard times come, it won't be able to break us.
Yeah, and you're going to get those, naturally in a football season. You're going to get the good and the bad. It seems like, though, a lot of you guys have been together for a long time, especially Madison Prep. It's a pretty big senior class this year, I'd say. You got a lot of talented juniors as well.
Yes, sir.
Would you agree with that?
Yes, sir. We got a lot of talent. We got Tylen Johnson, QB. We got Landon Johnson. That's a wide receiver. We got another wide receiver, Keon. Mm-hmm. We got linemen, Cornell and Dornell. They make plays. They make it happen.
Defense has a lot of playmakers, too. I know we could sit here and talk all day about the offense. It just seems like you guys have great chemistry, having seen you play a lot in 7-on-7 and seeing a little bit of video on social media and stuff. And obviously last year was a really solid season. You guys always seem to have good teams every year. Maybe this year, though, you're hoping to take it up a notch a little bit.
Yeah, sure. We're trying to go to state this year, Coach.
Yeah. So last year, let's just kind of relive that for a second. How many wins did you get? 7 or 8, was it?
It was about 8.
About 8?
Yes, sir.
And went to the second round of the playoffs.
Second round.
Picked up a win in the first round.
Yes, sir.
And lost to Turlings Catholic in the second round.
Yes, sir.
So what did you guys learn, maybe you individually, I guess you can't speak for everybody, but what did you learn about last year and maybe years past that you're hoping to use this year to go further? In
the playoffs, we got to get straight to it. We can't start off late this year. We can't have the mishaps in the first half of the quarters. We just got to execute.
So by that, do you mean like turning the ball over, not sticking to assignments? What do you mean by
not sticking to assignments?
Okay. What does that look like? Like, give me an example of that.
Like missed blocks, not knowing your plays or something like that, Coach.
Yeah, you feel like you guys got a better handle on that?
Yes,
this year it's kind of been a focus.
We in the book more this year, so we could be able to move fast.
Good. I always want to ask, in the summer, because it's coming up on fall camp. It's what, next week? 2 weeks from now?
It's 2 weeks.
2 weeks. How's the team looking? Of course, everyone's going to say we're looking great, because what are you going to say otherwise? Oh, we're actually not looking too good. You're not going to say that, right? But what do you think is different about the team this year, maybe?
I would say probably the leadership. The leadership is getting better. The coaches is pushing for more leadership than ever right now. So because it's a young team, so you're gonna have to lead. You're gonna have to lead sometimes. There's gonna be sometimes they're gonna have a hard head, sometimes they not. So you just gotta feel out your players.
Yeah. Are you stepping up as one of those leaders, you think?
Yeah, sure. They trying to make me become a leader, Coach.
And you want to do that yourself too, a little bit?
Yes, sir.
What have you done in the summer to kind of assert yourself as a leader?
Well, with the running back groups, I try to teach my fellow running backs, how to hit the gaps, how to wait for the block, be patient sometimes. Sometimes you got to slow it down. Sometimes you got to speed it up. Mm-hmm. But mostly it's all on, natural ability. So I try to help them as much as I can.
Sure. That's good. Yeah, you got to kind of combine that wisdom you can impart on them with the natural ability. You guys got a lot of it on that football team over there. Now, individually for you, you've been on Madison Prep's varsity team for going on 4 years now?
No, sir. I ain't starting my freshman. I ain't
Okay. You didn't play football at all your freshman year?
No, I did play, but I didn't play varsity my freshman year.
I got you. So what do you guys have over there? You got a JV and a varsity?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Okay. So how was it for you freshman to sophomore year? Because I assume you jumped up to varsity sophomore year?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How was that adjustment for you?
Oh, it was kind of crucial. I wasn't ready for the play with the big dogs yet, so I had to wait my turn, see how the men call, see how fast they moving. Because guys are way bigger than me my sophomore year.
So it was kind of tough that year, getting used to the bigger dudes and the speed of the game and stuff like that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And then junior year, you played behind Tony Lewis.
Yes, sir.
As kind of the RB2.
Yes, sir.
What'd you learn from him? He was a very dynamic player.
He was swift. He was swift with his movement. He was kind of slick. And when he get through the gap, he'll slip through the gap. Mm-hmm. The tiniest crease, he'll slip through it. So it taught me a lot how to not run too hard. Be patient, wait for my gaps. That's why they kept me behind them. I wasn't really ready then.
I could probably use some of that when I play the video game because I take the handoff, I'm holding sprint, and then I don't even let the blockers set the play up. I'm running right into the guy they should be blocking, So it's good that you have that in real life. It might be a little easier to do that in real life than it is when you're holding the controller and stuff. Do you have that problem when you play the video game? Or is that
no,
you
sir.
Don't? Well,
I know.
I hope you wouldn't because you actually play the position and I don't. So you know more than I do. But you feel like you're ready now this year?
Yes, sir. I'm ready. I'm ready to put on for this city, show the city what I can offer to them, show the college coaches what I can bring to the table.
There's a lot of anticipation for your senior year of high school. You got your last homecoming, your last year in the classroom, obviously your last football season. Have you kind of been looking forward to this since the end of last season or before that even?
Yes, sir. Since last season ended, I've been grinding with my trainer, Coach Ash. He's been getting me right. Off season, I don't really have off days that often. So sometimes I do 2 a day. Sometimes the coaches put 2 workouts in our morning workout routine, and I do 3 a day.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna drop your Instagram handle at the bottom and the beginning and the end. If you follow him on Instagram, you'll see, man, he's posting the videos. Obviously, they're practicing basically every day in the pads or with the football team. And then you're with your trainer. I see the videos, getting the work in there. So taking advantage of every minute of every day, right, while you can. Yes, trying to set yourself up for success in the season and then hopefully beyond the season. So that's good stuff. I will have to say, when I see the Madison Prep football account posting things like the morning itinerary, it says cut the juice on. What does that mean?
I mean, we're getting fired up,
Okay.
We're getting ready to work towards our goal, the championship, going to state. Every time we cut the juice on, that's what we looking ahead to. Or we get handing somebody else a beat down or however, that turns out for the opposing team.
I like that. I haven't heard that before. So, what do you guys do? Do you, form a mosh pit and, listen to some music or something? Or it's just kind of on the schedule and it's we got to go?
It's not on the schedule. We gotta go, but we get amped up. It's a lot of Coach Shedden make sure it's a lot of intensity in the room before we go play somebody else, before we go do anything.
Yeah, well, it works because you guys show up, and every time I've seen you, you've been ready to go. And competed well in the 7-on-7s against some of these 5A teams and a lot of the really talented teams like yourselves around the area. I was at the spring game, or I don't know what you want to call it, inter-squad scrimmage, whatever it was. And the offense looked good, man. Guys were throwing it around quite a bit. You were running it pretty well. You feel like you guys are moving?
Yes, sir. Our throwing is going to be a lot better this year. my QB, he done got on his P's and Q's. So, it's going to be a lot of throwing this year.
Okay. What do you feel like is different, maybe besides more passing? You just feel like you guys are clicking a little bit better, maybe?
Yeah, sure. It's a lot more chemistry because we've been playing with each other since 9th grade. So the chemistry done built up.
That helps. Okay. Now let's throw it back a little bit to when you first started playing football. Do you remember kind of those days, how you got into it?
I wouldn't say I know how I got into it. I remember me playing for the Rounds for the first time, and then as I moved up like a senior, I went to the Bulldogs. Coach Tyrone, he taught me a lot with this football thing. I could admit I wasn't really in love with it at first.
Okay.
But as I started working hard at it, I fell in love with the sport.
That's cool, because sometimes I feel like it goes the opposite way. You fall in love with it immediately, but then over time, you play it so much, you kind of get worn down. You're like, oh, I'm kind of getting sick of this. That's how it was for me with some of the sports I played growing up. I'm like, we do this every day, bro. I mean, can we do something different, you know what I mean? But that's good that you kind of learned to love it. And it hasn't really wavered since then, hasn't gone away at all?
No, sure. My hunger is still there. I'm trying to get to college, make sure my family is straight, and get us out of the position we in.
Good goal. Seem very motivated to do that. We'll talk about that in just a second. I want to know, who'd you watch growing up, team-wise, running back-wise, that you model your game after? I feel like I've asked you this before and you gave me an answer, but I want to hear it again.
Yeah, sure. Sometimes I usually watch Ezekiel Elliott.
Okay.
Because how he hit his gaps, how he hit his creases is smooth sometimes.
Yeah, maybe back in his prime, I guess you could say. Yes. Now they got him taking direct snaps and doing some wacky stuff, at least when he was with Dallas. But, yes. Yeah, he was a pain to watch for me because I grew up a Michigan fan. He played at Ohio State, and they torched Michigan specifically Zeke. So I like that.
Yes,
yeah, he was smooth with it back in those days. Do you wear the crop top too, or?
Oh, no,
I don't think you do.
No, sir. I just try to follow his movement.
Yeah. I feel like the coaching staff wouldn't want you guys to do the crop top thing anyway. It seems like it's very tight. It's buttoned up over there.
Yes, sir.
Follow the rules, stick to them, and team game.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coach said when he must allow me to do a crop top.
Hey, the jerseys look nice though. I mean, sometimes I see you guys, I'm like, is that Madison Prep or is that the actual NFL Chargers? You know what I mean? I mean, they look very alike, the uniforms.
Yeah, sure. We just got some new uniforms, man. What it was, year before last.
Okay. Oh, they look clean, man. You got whites. You used to wear the dark blues?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What else? Do you have another one?
We got light blue and white.
Okay. Oh, the light blues would be nice. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Speaking of that, you got some really nice shoes on. I don't know if we can see them right. It doesn't look like we can. Can you maybe just put your shoe up a little bit? He's got some really nice New Balances. See if you can get that up there.
No, I could. I don't know.
Boom. All right, we'll put a picture on social media. Very nice New Balances with Madison Prep's colors. So you're going to be walking around school this year looking real fly. I tell you that much. Oh, there goes the phone. Give him a follow, by the way. Live on Instagram right now. Alfred McKnight here. So let's wrap up getting into the upcoming season and then your recruitment. Who's on the schedule in non-district play?
Non-district, we got Dutchtown, Southside. Who else we got? It's a lot of big games. So
every year, you guys on schedule easy.
We got a couple more. It's a lot of 5A teams this year.
All right.
So we won't really be playing our district.
Okay.
At least for the first 4 or 5 games.
Sure. Dutchtown's a big one. That's the one you open with, right? Season opener.
Sure.
You guys ready for that one?
No, yes, sir. I'm ready. I'm motivated. We ready to prove ourselves this year.
That's a good chance to do it. That team made it to the state semifinals last year, lost to Zachary, but we're right there. They could have just as easily gone to the state championship. They lost a lot of players from that team. It's still 5A football, right? So that's a great team to go up against, a good litmus test for you guys. Did you play a 5A team last year?
We played Brother Martin week 1.
Okay, yeah. They got a really good running back on their team, Harlan Berry.
Yes, sir.
I believe he's a brother. It might be. It's one of those New Orleans schools. It might be Brother Martin, but very nice. Okay, that's gonna be a great game. A lot of anticipation around that. And what classification are you guys again?
3A.
Gotcha.
I think it's 3A.
Gotcha. Okay. Now you're just like whoever's on the schedule.
Yeah,
playing.
we ready to play.
That's about it.
Yes, sir.
Is there one game you're like most looking forward to this year?
Probably U-High.
U-High? Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's a district game, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I guess that's a good team to look forward to playing. A lot of talent on both sides. A little Baton Rouge game. I'm sure you guys will be fired up for that one.
Yes, sir. We got a lot of chemistry on that side. We got some players that went there. We have family and friends on that side, so the game gonna be real intense.
You guys probably grew up together.
Yes, sir. We didn't have players that went there and then played for the Bulldogs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of talking sometimes.
It's good. Keep it healthy, keep it competitive, and play some good football.
Yes, sir.
That's going to be awesome. How's your recruitment going?
It's a little slow right now, but
right.
It's going to get going during the season. So I'm not really too much, worried about them. Just looking forward to the season right now.
Good idea. Yeah, go out there, put the film on, get the stats, and then worry about that after, right?
Yes, sir.
You getting looks, though, from anybody right now?
Yes, sir. When we went to the Tulane camp yesterday, the running back coach followed me on Twitter, so I guess that's a good start.
That's a good start. Yeah.
Northwestern, they followed me on Twitter. They running back coach. Arkansas, running back coach, followed me on Twitter, too. So it's a lot of coaches that's coming starting to look at us, We haven't really had no looks for real, so
yeah.
It's starting back up.
Good. I'm happy to hear that. You're good in the classroom?
Yes,
they care about that, too. Yes,
I have currently a 3.0 right now.
Excellent. That's good.
Sure.
What's your favorite subject?
Ooh, math.
Math? Like what kind? Like algebra or
Algebra 1.
Nice. Yeah, me too. It's always fun solving those equations,
Yes, sir. Sometimes they be hard.
Oh, yeah. But when you're done with it, you feel so satisfied.
Yes,
I just did that.
Yes.
So good for you. Why should coaches recruit you? What makes Alfred McKnight?
My work ethic, my humbleness. I'm not a player that talks a lot. I'm a player that like to show you what I can do on the field and in the classroom. So my action speaks louder than words sometimes.
After you make a play, though, you will say a couple words to me.
I will say a couple words to the camera to make sure y'all see it.
It's showtime. It's game time. Scoreboard. Just quick little one-liner. Back to the next play.
Yes,
right,
sir.
we got examples of that. I like it. And let's close with this. What's something about you that not a lot of people know? Hidden talent? Something you enjoy doing outside of football? Something like that.
I don't really have no hidden talent, but something I like to do outside of football is probably fishing.
Okay.
Fishing. I'm a big fishing guy. When I was small, I used to go fishing with my family. So that's why I love fishing.
Very nice. What's the biggest fish you've caught?
Ooh, probably about a catfish. Catfish out the Mississippi River. I don't know how many pounds it was. I went with my auntie, Titi Carrera. That's what I call it.
Very nice. You've been doing that for a long time, since you were young?
Yes, sir.
It's cool. You guys take a boat out and stuff, and
I
just kind of off the shore?
Yes, sir. I ain't never been on a boat. I wish I could go.
Yeah.
On a boat to see what the experience is. What everybody be talking about. They say it's good, but I don't want to get motion sick.
Yeah, that's part of it. Got to get a connection or something, be able to do that. Go on a boat, do some fishing. I like that.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. And what do you use for bait? Just like worms, regular?
Just regular kind of worms. Sometimes we'll put some catfish. Some of the catfish can smell on the worm sometimes. Okay. But most of the time we just go straight worm in the hook. Very
nice. That's good because you got to be patient to fish. I couldn't do fishing growing up because I'm not very patient, at least with that kind of stuff. And you need patience as a running back.
Yes,
so you learn it there, and it applies to the football field, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool. All right. What are you guys doing this year? What can we expect from Madison Prep?
All I can say, I wouldn't say what y'all can expect, but all I can say is be ready. It's an explosive team this year, so it's gonna be a lot of touchdowns. There's gonna be a lot of hard hits, a lot of tackles made. Some people might get ran over. It's gonna be a lot going on in the game.
I love it. I've seen it for myself firsthand. So People should be excited. I can back up that claim. Watch out for Madison Prep this year. Great
Yes.
schedule, battle-tested team, and ready to come back and go further than last year, right?
Yes, sir.
Big senior season upcoming for my guy, Alfred McKnight here. Cut the juice on, right?
Yes,
Let's go.
sir.
Thanks for the time. Great to meet with you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed as well. Watch out for 27 in powder blue. What kind of blue is this?
A powder blue.
Powder blue?
Yes.
All right. Watch out for Alfred. Madison Prep this year, a team to watch in Baton Rouge High School football and really around the state of Louisiana. Could certainly make a run to the Superdome, and that'd be very awesome. Put on for the city, right?
Yes, sir.
Thanks again. Be sure to like and subscribe. If you have someone you'd like to come in and sit in the seat that Alfred is currently sitting in on Sportsline Rising Stars, be sure to let me know. Send me an email, john.eads@wafb.com. See you next time.